And please welcome to the stage our panelists, Miss Tami Pham, General Managers, Innity Vietnam, Mr. Nguyen, Tung, Digital and Media Manager, Starbucks Vietnam, Miss Nguyen, Regional Director, Ureka Media Vietnam, Miss Sophia Nguyen, Head of Digital Marketing, BYD Vietnam, and our moderators, Mr. Arun Aryasomayajula, Brand Solution Lead of Shopalyst, and a big round of applause to welcome our speaker.
Hello. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for being here today from all of us. I think it's always a little hard to, pay attention after such a very nice lunch, but hopefully we will, earn the right to your attention in this 30-minute session. Today's topic is really all about, turning how can brands turn influence into revenue using performance-driven strategies. Now, today we know that for brands, it's really important to do authentic storytelling, and influencers are helping brands do this at scale. While we are seeing a lot of influencers helping brands build, awareness and reach, what we're here to learn today from this, distinguished panel of practitioners with their depth of expertise is examples of success where they have actually partnered or helped their brands leverage influencers to drive measurable business outcomes. And some of the areas that we'll cover in today's conversation include how are brands bridging the gap between, using influencers for branding to drive performance, the role of data and AI in this, and are there different insights that we can take from different categories, including, F&B and automation and automobiles as well. So we did have a quick, introduction of the group here. So I will jump right in. I want to start first with an open question, which is today we, know that to this panel, of course, my open question to all of you, and we'll start with you, Sophia, which is today we know that influencers are, helping build awareness, but what's the one lever that you see being useful in context of brands to help move consumers from, awareness to a measurable outcome beyond likes and reach when you work with influencers?
Yeah, thank you, Arun. Hello, everybody. Yeah, my name is Sophia, and I'm head of digital of BYD Auto Vietnam. So it's a really glad to be here to have a chance to talk about how we using influencer turn into the real revenue for the brand. Yes, and this is a really a hot topic for me. I think it's really important for the brand, especially in BYD, because we are a new brand and we just entered here just 1 year with a model. So we think that we have, because the buy a car is a very long time to make the decision for consumer to buy in the car, right? So we define, it's just a very simple two things. The first, for the top funnel, the huge one is to build the brand love, the brand of the product, and we relate with the C-level and with our dealer ecosystem. But for the for the CEO with our C-level and with the KOL. But for the low funnel, I go with our dealer to create the key OC for each dealer to turn the revenue. So along the way, we go with the right KOL, the right car review or expert to educate the consumer and to build the brand love too. So I think for this, we need to very clear class and layer for consumer to turn the revenue to make the difference. Yeah, so this is very interesting for this time, and in the next time, I think KOL will be the leading, not also for product educated, but also for the brand emotional and brand love. Yeah, thank you.
Tung, do you want to go next?
Okay, so hello guys, my name is Tung, and currently I'm leading the digital and media at Starbucks Vietnam. So to answer the Arun question for specifically on the Starbucks case, So you know or know, but Starbucks is a global brand. So we already know, we have a very strong brand awareness. So what is our challenge? Our challenge is not about the talking about the brand anymore. So what we have to do is we have to keep the conversation going on the viral of the online, offline, right? And more important that we have to turn the conversation into the action. And nowadays, you know that all the conversation mostly through going through from the online, especially on the short-term video platforms such as TikTok or Facebook, Instagram, Reel, even that the Facebook, Instagram story and YouTube short, right? For especially for the Gen Z, they see this type of content format is not of the entertainment. It's a way you do for the discovery, for the evaluate, and they decide what to do next, right? So for the this is very clear to showing that the influence marketing that is the key to unlock this trend, and the influencer will have to unlock all of the thing with the to show all of the like curious of the Gen Z about the new trend in the market, and that is the key to unlock for all the things that we are need at the moment. So for the Starbucks perspective, we think that the influencer is a way to translate out the product story into the cultural moment and the cultural relevance to the Vietnamese. Yes.
Thank you, Tung. Tami, if you'd like to go next to share your perspective.
Yeah, sure. So, hello everyone. So, I am Tami from Innity Vietnam. So, Innity Vietnam is an agency in digital marketing and especially in influencer marketing and display media. So, as an agency, we work a lot of campaigns for many different clients and across channel. And then we can see that up to now, influencer can be a mainstream channel that we cannot not do. Yeah. So when it grows like this, there is two things that I think that we come up. One is like how do we do across all the user journey from awareness down to conversion, but how we do it without sacrificing the brand image. So it means we need to find the balance between branding and commercial outcomes. And then I think the other thing that may come up when we do influencer in the large scale is that how do we manage the campaign in a large scale, and how do we measure the result. So those are the things that I think that will be a good problem for us to solve in the next coming time.
Yeah, I think those are great points, and I think we'll deep dive into this in a little more detail soon enough. But Anne would love to get your perspective as well.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Anna from Ureka Media, and we had around 15 years experience expertise in data informatics, and we're giving solutions for brands across category because we are an agency. So influencer definitely a topic that we couldn't get away when the e-commerce, social, everything is mentioning about that. So the brands, we have brand when we picking up an influencer among whether it is KOL, KOC, celebrities, it's gonna spreading from the upper funnel for brand awareness, going down to the middle funnel, to the engagement, and then turn it up to the conversion down to ROI, anything. So influencer now coverage all of that line bottom. And to me, on the perspective of data on a ad technology, there's so much more that we can discuss, whether it's related to how could we measurement it, how could we leverage it to have a higher conversion, to have a higher impactive, not only on the output, but also how to maintain the balance between the power of KOL, influencer, KOC, with the brand affinity, the brand identity, brand image of the brand itself. So that always a balance between in the influencer game. And I think that there's so much more that we could talk about that up to Arun here working up through this kind of topic.
Perfect. Thanks for that, Anne. So even at Shopalyst, we are seeing many of the brands that we speak to talking about how can I leverage influencers not just to do more authentic storytelling and do this at scale, but how can I translate this into an outcome that helps me go beyond reach and views and drive better engagement as well as action. So I'd like to take advantage of the panel here now to ask you some specific questions, and Anna, will start with you. So from your experience, Anna, is there a particular place where you see influencers working best in the consumer journey, awareness or consideration or conversions, and is there like an example that you can share with us based on your work with customers where you have found success?
Yes, definitely. When we mention influencer, I think that many brands here in Vietnam, we couldn't get away with the thought that influencer definitely bring us down into purchasing, down into the ROI. But in my case, as the one that had advised a lot and have a few cases that we did. So I'll take a case here that we did last year with Thai and B. They actually a distribution. They're bringing a new energy drink into the market. That kind of brand is actually had a #1 market share in Cambodia, number 7 in Thailand. But when they're entering the market, at first, they have around 5% or 7% market share only. So the problem is now we have a lot of new product or new something launching, and we usually come up like picking up someone that can speak the brand voice and encourage people to purchase that, right? Yeah. But if we just only picking up someone to speak the story that we, the one that own a story, we need to pick it very carefully. And once you get down to the message very carefully, you got to have a strategy over that. That strategy means how you can spread that kind of message really detail on the full funnel that you did in terms of how to make it effective. Like I say, the brand awareness, brand engagement, and brand conversion. So what I did with them is that because that is energy drink, I'll take an example for you to illustrate. So if you do the live stream, what could you focus? You're picking up the influencer to have the people add to cart and purchase only? Or you should aware of how to encourage people to come into the live stream first. That's why we talk to the brand. That must be come up at the very upper funnel, how to get the awareness, that people are aware that you're launching the new product in every category when you're launching the media spreading. So what they did is actually they picking up because that energy drink. So we join into the category of sport. We're picking up a soccer team, a famous soccer team in Vietnam, to represent the brand. And then after that kind of image is kind of well, we're spreading on the media funnel first to getting the top of mind, the awareness first. Then we're picking up with the engagement. What should the engagement will be? That should be somewhere you have the audience. And that should be somewhere that you have a higher chance of talking to the audience that what is your brand is, how could the brands help you with the product itself. So that should be somewhere the product display should be available. That should be somewhere that if they have a chance to try, they have a chance to purchase, let them be. So that way we help them. So we're spreading on DOH because we have a network of DOH. And we having a category of audience of entertainment. So we're spreading that kind of message, encourage them to try on an energy drink. Besides other activation like lucky draw, we have a game, everything, engage the audience. Get them embrace the message when you're launching the product. So down to that, the conversion turns out. Because we have something, both the presence on online, offline, and that collapse with each other, that encourage, that embrace, that growing, that booming. And at the end of the campaign, we have more than 30% market share increase. And that jumped up within a month, around 8% of the revenue increase. That's a huge number for a brand. So that's something we think on the scale of influencer. When we're talking or picking up, not only focus on the ROI itself, at the end of the day, that's something that we aim for. But the tactic, the strategy, the brand image, the brand identity is something we should also take very carefully on that, very cautious when we make decision. Yeah, so that's my story.
Yeah, I think that's a great example of an energy drink brand where you brought in the best of, influencer content, as well as leveraging channels like DOH, right, to reach consumers at different stages and translate that into brand growth. Fantastic. Tami, my question for you, one is definitely from your experience, right? Where do you see influencers really working best in the journey? And would love to understand this from your work with brands. If there's an example of success you can share. And given your vantage point of view, would also love to understand if there are the way that influencer ROI is being measured today, right, among brands. Has that changed in Vietnam over the past year or two?
Yeah, sure. I think influencer in marketing in Vietnam has been growing. I think it started with the middle funnel about engagement, how to drive engagement. But going on now, it can expand into more, the full journey of customer experience. Maybe I will share a case. So Innity has been working with Suntory Pepsi for the past 6 years, and we run many campaigns in influencer. And one of the campaigns that we did last year was to drive the engagement for 7-Up brand, and the product is 7-Up lime soda. So the main objective is to drive engagement, and the brand would like to highlight the product message, which is 7-Up lemon soda is the perfect combination for oily food. So we write on the food passion point and target the office worker in this campaign. So when Innity got the brief and we do homework, and when we come back to the brand, actually we propose an idea that not only can drive engagement, but can also go down a little bit to the funnel, to the sales conversion. So the idea is, the main activity here is we will do a series of live stream, and we invite big macro KOL to join the live stream. So this is still a branding campaign. It is not a live sales campaign. So that's why, so we as an agency and together with the brand, we need to manage the whole show. So this is an entertainment show. We have a series of 4 live stream and riding on the trend of mukbang. So we have mukbang challenge. So every live stream we will have 2 KOL sitting in front of the camera and eating, right? And so they combine between eating and talking about office work, office life, insider story. So it is like an entertainment show combined with a challenge, and then if the fan, when they view, they can see that is the food package that is showcased there, so they can order the food that is featured in the show. So actually, they can enjoy, have good time, enjoy, hear the story, watching their KOL, and also can order the food, which is mentioned in the show. So this is, I think this is an example of how we can go across the funnel, and this is drive very good engagement. So we got like 30 million views of the show, 1.5 million of engagement online, and also we got more than 1,000 order through that show. Yeah.
Fantastic. And I mean, that's a great example of, bringing in culture to, engage with community here, using, again, authentic brand storytelling. How have you seen, the ROI of influencers being measured, right? Is that something that has changed in Vietnam over the past year or two in terms of what brands are tracking and measuring as success metrics?
I would say that it will evolve into a full funnel. When we started off with influencer, we started with engagement. It means comment, like, share on the platforms. And after that, the KOL grow become very big. They have a big fan base, a lot of followers. So later on, we can leverage them as a means of media. Then we care about reach, like who has the most follower and how much is the reach each KOL can bring. And then we also, when we move into activation activity, and then we will measure the action that they can call up from the fan. So there will be measurement now on the sales and also the action. So we go from cost per reach, cost per action, and then cost per sales also.
Yeah, that's a great insight. I'll move on to Tung now. So we all, of course, here know Starbucks. I'm sure it'll be a surprise if somebody raises their hand saying they don't know Starbucks. But like you said, given that you are a global brand, right? How are you bringing in, or how are influencers contributing to bring in that local context to a brand that already has awareness and presence in the market? Is there an example of a campaign that you can share with us where you leveraged influencers to do this and also bring in outcomes like in-store traffic or sales?
Okay, so let me share a sample that we use the influencers to influence our customer and engage our sales. So I believe to hear that everyone here, at least one time you heard about the matcha latte at the Starbucks Vietnam, right? Yeah, so it's very popular at the moment. It's a lot thanks to the TikTok. Yeah, I have to say that. So matcha latte is the one of our core product mainly from the first beginning day. So why is matcha latte? It's not about the caramel macchiato or americano or cappuccino. So the story is that from 2 years ago, when a micro influencer from the north, she shared her customization on the matcha latte on the TikTok, and incidentally it's viral on TikTok. And actually, that's even me. I already love that customization with the exchanging the matcha latte with the Asian Dolce sauce, with no sweet, and the extra more the almond milk. So it's very become the matcha latte from the global version into the local version. And that's local version that we adapt from a lot of Gen Z in the Vietnam. So that's why after just 1 week, that the video have been viral on the TikTok. So a lot of customer and other influencers come to our store and they order that new drink. I call it new drink, but actually it's still the matcha latte. Yes, and they creating that and moving that and sharing that moment into the online platform. So we saw and we observed that the sale is significant roll up, and after that, and until now, it's still sustainable about the very high performance sale. And I can say with you that in the 2 weeks later that we have a Starbucks concert in the Công viên Thủ Thiêm. And actually that a singer Hiếu Thứ Hai, he just said about his favorite drink about the matcha latte with his customization. And in the next day, a lot of customers come to the Starbucks, they don't order matcha latte. They order the Hiếu Thứ Hai, the drink. And you see that, you see the impact, the power of the influencer that help us to increase that ourselves. Even that is that there is still the matcha latte from the global, that with the global standards, but with the localization, it's with it's coming up with the influencer and it's translated to the local. So I think that is a true, very obvious example to show that the power of the influencer that impact to the ourself performance. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a great example. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but the fact that you have a celebrity, on stage talking about their favorite drink, I think that's a fantastic example right there. Thanks for that, Tung. Sophia?
Yeah.
So, in your context, right, automobiles is a very different category. The nature of, how a consumer discovers and the path to purchase and the journey is very different. So, how are you, leveraging influencers for success in BYD today?
Yeah. Thank you for this question. So before I answer this question, so could I have a small question here? Anyone here know BYD brand before this conference? Oh, you know? Oh, thank you so much. Actually, we just come here 1 year. Yeah, and I think here just the new way of using influencer. Yes, because for the high value product or high value segment, it takes very long time to make decision, especially with just a new brand. For example, we're launching the new product, mean like hybrid model, it's in like C-Lane 6. Yeah, and we come with the huge challenge. Everybody think that for hybrid, just a half. Okay, so let me start again. For the C-Lane 6, it means like hybrid model. Hybrid, it means like xăng điện, xe xăng và điện. Yeah. And they think this just a nửa mùa, half step product. Yeah. And actually we are a China brand. And China brand associated with cheap, cheap, China is cheap. And final, we mean like we just want to have a 3% share of voice, but most of all by us. So this is really challenge for us. So, but luckily, I have a dream team with my team, and our agency work very slowly with us. We are one team, and we think a lot of this. So I think we create I call that we create a new game for the market. The first of all, we build our KOL. It means like we build our COO. And I'm very proud because he's the first, the pioneer of the market, have a TikTok channel. Yeah, and he is the brand driver to build trust. Yeah. And the second, we come up with car expert because because this is a very complexity. It means about the functional. And we have to educate with language. It means like I just can't aim như điện, tiện như xăng. It's just very simple for consumer to know our functional. And also, for the automobile or just a real estate or banking, we have to use the very luxury, or called brand ambassador. It's very costly. But we use the new thing. We just invite them to the event and how they feel to using instead we use đăng khôi, and beside that, we also build the relevant. Relevant is mean like we go with TikToker. Nowadays, consumer, for example, they know the KOL, but just for brand awareness, right? To associate the brand image, the brand characteristic. But for the next, for the TikToker, I think it feels relevant. Oh, I can achieve it, right? Yes, and so we go with TikToker, and our agency work very slowly with me to define because we are the sensitive brand. So it's really hard for us to find the suitable because we learn the new product, right? And for this is the top funnel to be brand love, to be brand trust, and for the low funnel, we build for the dealer. Mean like for each dealer, we decide to have 2 or 3 KOC. It means like salesmen or the director of dealer. So they can create the TikTok clip, create the clips, and create the live streaming. For each live streaming, they have a lot of deal, a lot of potential customer. And they live stream every single day. But this is the biggest source for consumer to know about our brand. Yeah, and for after that campaign, we really proud that we are top 1 SUVC brand of automotive brand, and the first brand entered to we are top 5 of 10 campaign of this month, and finally we slow down 1,000 premium. I mean the premium version, the most expensive product of our brand slow down before ending the campaign. So I think this is the good framework for everybody. So this is just the framework for one product. But I think because many brands here, many agencies here, so I think that we could create the new game. The new game, for example, we create just the 3 pillar. I mean they create the 3 pillar of 3 class influencer. For the last one, you can use like we very focused on our COO, the brand representative for the brand. And in the next step, because we also create a new idol. We create a new idol. For example, we partnership with TikTok Live to campaign for the touching heritage engine for the 5 capitals of Vietnam, and to show the brown how our country beautiful and how we respect our culture. This is the TikTok line. But in the end of this year, we partner with VTV3, VTV3, and U1 TV for the show It On Tân Binh Toàn Năng. Maybe you know this show, right? This is the international reality show, and we would love to create the new idol, the new generation round about our country, enter to the new world in the global world. And this is associated with each product line. So for agency, you can propose with the brand to create the new idol, the new brand representative. Yeah, but we look very closely for the very early. And in the end, you can enter for the dealer, can partnership with the brand. For example, we work very slowly with our agency to be a KOC for each dealer showroom, because this is the touch point for the consumer, turning the revenue here. So where we have to listen the salesman, listen the dealer, what is the good point for the consumer to help them to convert this booking to the real revenue. Luckily, yesterday before I come here, we also have a small event, and I work very slowly with our dealer. And before we have this event, just 5 buyer, 5 customer. But in the end of the day, on the day, let me see, we triple customer for this event. Just use the KOC of driver, our customer. So agency with brand maybe can consider to work with the top, the low funnel to transform the revenue. Yeah, thank you so much. This is my point.
That's a great example, Sophia, and the fact that you are leveraging different kinds of creators at each stage of the journey, right? Be it your CEO or your sales team, that your on-ground team who are their own micro influencers working, making every piece of content that they create really count. That's amazing. And I think we are actually time up, but I want to do one quick round of an open question to this panel here before we close, which is, what is one area where you see AI contributing to influencer marketing? If you had to describe that in one word or one line, what would that be? And maybe we'll start with you, Anna.
Finally, we come to AI. We couldn't get away with this kind of topic with AI. What area that we could go with AI? I'm not sure that in Vietnam that they did it or not, but in another market, for example, in Malaysia, AI now can contribute a lot during the term of applying influencer. Since influencer is a coverage. You picking one and then you applying the concept. If you're doing a live stream, AI definitely can come in. They can counting. There are software that can counting how many times during a live stream. So for example, KOL, KOC doing anything on a live, you're not so sure that how many times that your product is actually displayed correctly, appropriately, apparently, to increase the add to cart. So that software is actually counting how many times that your product displays is actually performing well, and then encourage you to have the add to cart increase. That actually is something increase the conversion, not only by that kind of in-stream, but also because every time you spend money in influencer, every penny counts. So make sure that you get the most use of it. So if you do the live stream, you're picking up the influencer and then you have the image of that kind of influencer with your product. Make sure spreading it out. Like Ying say, the sales didn't come up right away in the live stream or any kind of activity of marketing that you're selling, but also the sale comes up later that. So that kind of influencer image, spreading it out, retargeting it, how to make it more relevant in the right moment of the audience, that is something AI also can control in. So take an example, because I know that the conversation of AI and data right now in Vietnam is quite controversial. People is quite concerned about the privacy data. However, if you're spending that kind of money to influencer and you have only around 20% of the data that you can collecting and tracking, and then you can do the retargeting. I'll take an example. If you are a woman and you have that type of product correctly with your interest, you know what color that woman might like the most. What is the product feature that most approachable for men? Then AI definitely can help you with that. And once you have around 20% of that type of data and you're retargeting correctly in that kind of moment, definitely the conversion of your product can be increased. This is a case study that we did in Malaysia right now, but I'm hopeful that sooner in Vietnam, we're gonna have a successful case here.
Yeah, I think we are past time, so we could keep it brief. Yeah,
Actually,
but go ahead, Sophia.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, before coming this session, I wonder how AI evaluate and help us for influencer campaign, especially now, the trending of live streaming. Live streaming maybe it sure work with FMCG, work with beauty product. But for the brand, mean like real estate, apartment, or automobile like a car like us, now live streaming, we invest a lot because this create the new way, create the demand of the market. For example, with BYD, we just create 3 live stream, but create a big way of communication. So the next hour, homework, how to have the revenue and increase the effectiveness to have the revenue in the live stream. And this is my homework for the next live stream in this month. Yeah, hope you can help us.
Yeah, yes. Thanks, Sophia. Yeah? Okay. I think we are past time, but I'll just quickly, summarize. So I think we heard examples of how brands are leveraging influencers to actually go beyond reach and views and drive outcomes, be it for a energy drink brand or a popular brand like 7-Up, or how celebrities are creating culture and bringing in culture and community together to actually drive in-store traffic, or even in categories like automobiles, how brands are taking advantage of different kinds of creators at different stages to build authenticity and also drive business outcomes. So hopefully this was there are some useful takeaways from this conversation for this group here, and thank you so much to this panel of practitioners. Hopefully these stories will inspire you in your next influencer campaign. Thank you.